Hello, friends. Welcome to OAWA's weekly update on markets and the economy. We begin with news on the global front concerning global bond yields. During the week, US 10-year benchmark Treasury yield touched a high of 4.36, their highest level since 2007 and almost 40 bips up month to date. The surge in yields comes in the wake of surprisingly upbeat US economic news that has prompted investors to trim expectations for the Federal Reserve to ease policy rates next year. In fact, the US Fed may now hold rates higher for longer to ensure inflation comes down meaningfully. The rise in US bond yields is having rippling effects across other markets, with US stocks showing some correction, and back home, Indian bond yields also rising by about 10 bips in the past 1 month, and the Indian rupee facing depreciation pressure. Moving on to news on the domestic front, there are worries regarding the monsoon progress in August. India may experience the driest August in more than a century as the monsoon activity weakened from above normal in July to below matter in a matter of 15 days in August. Recent data of India Meteorological Department stated. As per the data, the first half of August saw rainfall 35% below LPA, that is the long period average. The dip in rainfall could dent yields of summer sown crops such as rice and soybeans, which can further push prices and overall food inflation, which is already running high due to rise in vegetable and cereal prices. The monsoon is vital for the Indian economy and delivers nearly 70% of the rain India needs to water farms and refill reservoirs and aquifers. Moving on to news on listed companies, this week Titan Company announced that it is acquiring the entire promoter stake of 27.18% in Carrot Lane, its subsidiary, for a deal value of Rs 4,621 crore, valuing the company at Rs 17,000 crore. This will increase Titan's shareholding in Carrot Lane from 71.09% to 98.28%. Carrot Lane's top 400 employees who hold ESOPs are expected to be bought out by Titan for an estimated value of Rs 340 to 360 crores. Carrot Lane, which started in 2008 as an online designer jewelry brand for affordable daily wear in form of 14 or 16 carat studded jewelry, has become popular with younger segments and has in recent times seen higher revenue growth than Titan's standalone jewelry business, as well as seen good profitability growth. Moving on to news on India's sovereign credit rating, Moody's Investor Services, a global credit rating agency, announced this week that it has reaffirmed India's local and foreign currency rating at Baa3 and retained a stable outlook. The government had a few months back made a strong pitch for a higher credit rating to Moody's and thus may be disappointed. Moody's has said, however, that an upgrade is likely if there is progress on fiscal consolidation front and a material decline in the government's debt burden and debt affordability. Moody's has noted on the recent escalation of Manipur violence, curtailment of civil society and political dissent, compounded by rising sectarian tensions, thus leading to a weaker political assessment of political risk and quality of institutions. Finally, we end this week's update with a high as India makes history with the successful landing of Chandrayaan 3 on the south pole of the moon on 23rd August. This historic landing is truly an outstanding example of India shining and Make in India, as everything from the rockets, sensors, satellite, installations is indigenously made and a true symbol of the marvel of Indian engineering and the caliber of our scientists at ISRO. This achievement will serve as a morale booster for the whole country as well as propel the fortunes of the Indian startup space sector and listed companies who have been closely involved in supplying parts for the mission. On this happy note, we sign off this week's update. Do click, like, share, comment if you liked our content, and do visit our website www.oava.in for information on our courses.